Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Secrets of Cats. Uh, I apologize for the delay getting started. A little bit of confusion over uh, essentially daylight savings time ended in Europe, but hasn't yet in the U.S. It should be back to normal next week. Uh, Let me see. I don't think there's anything else to announce? Does anybody have like a shout out or anything?
I don't
I don't
Okay.
think so.
think we're ready to get into the action.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just turn it right over to you.
Okay. Well, today we'll unfortunately be missing Flo because he's not feeling so well. The rest of the group, I think, is ready for action.
Raren.
Claws sharpened and everything. I believe last time we left the story at the Longman's covered bridge with the bat Fascus, who was refusing to let anybody but the bad guys through. And I believe somebody was very clearly waving their tail, showing the bats exactly where you were hiding out. But as of far, they haven't shown any signs of giving a fuck. So what are you guys doing?
Didn't we actually pass?
I thought that we determined
Yeah.
that there was
Yeah,
some
you
kind
did.
of...
You're in the process of passing them. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we convinced Fustus to not pay attention as we crossed, but we hadn't actually crossed.
Yes. Fuscus was trying very hard not to pay attention as you guys were very loudly sneaking past him. I remember that.
And by loudly you mean graciously and silently and stealthy, I'm sure.
Of course. Clawing along the wall and things like that.
With cat-like stealth, because
of course. Inside the bridge, it smells like mold and rat droppings. And if you look through, if you look down, you can see that the floorboards are cracked and there's holes in there big enough to let the cat through. But obviously with your natural grace and you have no trouble getting through. If you look up at the dark ceiling, you see a host of bats who conveniently either have their eyes closed or, look the other way.
That's on the bridge, right?
Yes, you're in the bridge now.
Inside of the bridge?
Yes, it's like a
It's a covered bridge.
I
Do
can
we
turn
see
over
anything
the
that
river.
looks like...
Yeah, and the river is like a big chasm. You can see deep down the water rushing through, splashing against the rocks.
Okay, so in
What's
addition
on
to
the
the
other side?
cracked floorboards and so forth, do we see anything under the bridge that could be like hiding places?
What did you say, Thoth Kitty?
Do we see anything under the bridge that could qualify as a hiding place to either hide something or someone?
Yeah, there is a little corner between one of the supporting beams where a floorboard cracked open where you could stash something small.
Do I need to roll to notice this, or?
You know that it's there, the hiding place. You don't know if there's something in it. It's very small. Your paw doesn't really fit through it.
Okay.
So I'll be careful to step around the guano as well as the holes in the floor.
Wouldn't want to get your paws dirty.
No, because I mean nobody else is going to lick it off for me.
True.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you could ask Blackhill. Been doing some cleaning today.
I'm very busy with my own fur.
Who needs to be
At the other
clean
side
anyway?
of the bridge is an old house, and there's a path leading on towards the old mine.
Okay. How does the house look like? Like, what is it made of?
It's an abandoned wooden house. You know, one of those houses with a veranda, broken down rocking chair.
I want to see if the rat smell and rat droppings lead any direction other than other than the one we came from.
That sounds like you're trying to investigate.
I guess I am. Unfortunately, I'm awful at it.
Currently, you're having a lot of trouble getting the smell of rat droppings out of your nose.
Okay. I would like to follow up with an investigate. I think
Okay.
I've got. I don't have my character sheet in front of me, but I think I have a pretty good investigate. Oh,
Well, let's hope your sniffer is less damaged by rat dropping smell.
And I'll just prounce over and pop my head in the window.
Okay. You need to be careful of the broken glass.
well, I've got a
Inside.
good investigate. So,
Okay, so that is roll /R
okay.
for the F+3, like this with a slash in front.
Like that? No.
Did
So,
you roll, or am I not seeing the roll?
yeah, it got unrecognized command. So I did R or slash
There's two
R
slashes.
and then space 40F +3.
I don't see it.
Me too.
There we go.
Oh,
There it is.
Magnificent. You have a fine nose, Surthoth. You can clearly smell and see that there is little rat paws following the path down along the road towards where the mine is. Some of them disappear in holes in the ground a little further. Some of them continue on towards the mine.
Okay, so I think that we should go towards the mine.
But there's a house.
But the rats are going towards the mine.
Oh. Okay.
Is the abandoned house near the mine, or is it the mine, or what's the connection? I lost it.
It's hold on. Let me draw this for you guys. So here's the river. Very beautiful. Let's make some blue in it so that you guys can recognize that it's a beautiful river. And then
Overflowing, I can see.
yeah, a little bit, you know.
It's the
Chasms
raining
tend to do that.
season.
And then here's a big house. And then there's a path that continues, a grey path apparently, that continues on towards the mine. So the mine is a little further.
And stream, I'll
Like-
have that up in just a moment.
And we are where?
Presume
You
the bridge
guys
is
just
somewhere
covered the. Hold on.
Great.
Let me do
Inside the
bridge as
river.
well.
Good luck.
Well, the bridge, I mean.
Ah,
Here,
okay.
this is the bridge.
Okay.
There, beautiful red bridge. I should become an artist.
A Roll20 artist.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at this. I mean, when it comes to speed
Yeah.
drawings, this was a very fast one. But
So,
yeah, like further down, if you follow it a little further down, you can see like little like holes to the side where big rats went in, and the path continues on around the bend, and there's the mine entrance.
The mine entrance is the purple circle at the top.
No, I didn't draw the mine entrance because
Okay.
it's just off screen basically.
okay.
Be somewhere
If-
like here.
We look out of the window. We see any birds around?
Out of a window, you're outside. You guys are like here on the path.
Oh, we went out, yeah.
I presume you did.
Okay.
Yeah, you see an occasional bird flying by.
Well, that's relevant now.
Okay. So, and we saw like the red paws going towards the mine, right?
Yeah, and some of them disappeared into the purple holes I drew there. Some of them continue on towards the mine. You also see small human footprints heading that direction and back.
Towards the mines.
Puffkid idiot.
Do I notice anything specific about the footprints, like how many different kinds of shoes, maybe, like to determine how many people?
You're pretty sure that the footprints are too small to be to belong to full-grown humans.
Okay.
And there seemed to be a group, as far as you could tell, and they went one way and seemed to have come back again.
Have you heard anything about the house we're by? Is it just
It's like the mine is abandoned long ago, and this house used to belong to some of the owners of the mine.
So is
But-
this house abandoned, or is are
Yes,
there
yes,
like...
definitely. Everything about it shows like the cracks in the walls and the fact that the windows are broken, and it doesn't even smell like human anymore.
Does it look like it could be
would we
made
know a
cozy?
cat? Oh.
What did you say, Debbie?
I was asking if we would know a cat that resides here often. That visits here, I guess. Whose territory this is, like that, or role or whatever.
Sure. You know a cat. Tell me about the cat that lives here.
It was this cat used to village. It was one of the. It was born maybe a couple of years ago, but the owners didn't want anything, so they threw them away. And one of them just found this house and decided it's a good to live in. At least there are some around, some food and stuff like that. She can always eat a bat if things go.
So,
Or
so
meals
it's
go to
basically
the.
a pretty wild cat that doesn't abide by
Yeah,
rules.
basically.
Okay.
Feral cat.
And what were you asking, Dibby?
Oh, does the house look like it could be made cozy?
As cozy
If
as a
it
box?
had
or-
enough work. I mean, right now it's probably almost as cold inside as outside because of all the holes. But if you'd board up the holes, then definitely it'd be warmer inside because for one, you don't have the wind. Then it'd be outside, and then eventually if you gather enough things to cozy it up more, you could make it into a.
Better than a
I totally want to go
box.
there and what's in there.
Go ahead. There's
And I'm
plenty
going
of racks through the wall that you can use to get in.
going to try and find one that's on higher ground, like somewhere in the higher on the wall. So
Okay.
I'll have to either jump or climb or both.
Yeah. You'd have to. I'd say climbing makes more sense. You could try climbing if you desperately want to. You could try climbing in a tree and jumping from there, but either way, it would involve you finding a cat name.
Finding a what?
I was looking for cat name. It would involve you climbing.
Okay,
What the
okay,
fuck?
okay. Climbing would
Okay.
be athletics or physique?
Yeah. Yeah. Climb. Go.
I'm going to cat name this.
Yeah. You get in, but you do scratch your side a little because the hole you wanted to get in was a little smaller.
You didn't
Okay,
cat name
fair
with
enough.
style.
Oh yeah, the cat. The name of the cat living here is Bandit, by the way.
Ooh. I would of course know that.
Yes, you would.
And I want to see what's inside. And of course, if I see something moving, I will abandon the rest of the scouting because
Way too scary.
no, not scary, just something to chase and catch.
Oh, something moving. Okay. So, the room you're in, it used to be one of those places where humans sleep, but this nice soft thing they sleep on has really fallen apart, and there's like mushrooms growing on it, and it smells really bad. You see something moving in the hallway, like just this little thing like moving beside the door.
I'm totally jumping down and stoking it. Like jumping down and hiding behind something. And freezing there and just watching it for a couple of seconds.
Okay, be stealthy then.
Is there a hole inside that doesn't require climbing in?
There's plenty of holes that you can just go in. Of course. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no problem.
I'll go in.
Earl was trying to show off.
Do I see the little thing
Okay,
that's bouncing up and down?
What did you say,
What?
Thoth?
Do I see the little thing that's bouncing up and down?
So that would be on the second floor where Merle climbed in. So you wouldn't be able to see it.
What do
so
we
Merle,
see?
you're in. You're in a. You guys are in a. Some kind of human entrance hall. You know the place where they leave these things that are really awesome when you're a young kitten because you can hide in them and they have these little strings on them that you can play with. I'm referring to shoes.
Oh.
Some of us sharpen
you
our
have,
claws on them.
there's a pair of those sitting around. They look really old and they've lost smell, and the strings, the awesome strings, are falling apart. You don't really know if you even want to play with them. There's a door that's almost like hanging from its hinges that leads into a former living room. It's basically empty. There's an old table there that was left behind. And the walls have like paint that's peeling off. There's lots of dust. And in the meantime, Merle, the little moving thing you saw is the tail of Bandit, who's sitting with his back to you and has no clue that you're here, which means you're safe for now.
Well, the thing is still moving,
Yes, it is.
so I'm going to jump at it.
You guys from the bottom floor, you hear this screech that's coming from higher up. There's a stairs that you can follow. If you decide to do that, you'll see Bandit, who's basically like sitting on top of a small dressoir, totally scared out of his wits.
So I was about to jump on the table, but when I hear the screeching, I'll run upstairs.
Yep, running upstairs.
But Bandit is hissing at you guys from his safe place on top of the dressoir. What are you doing here? Trying to, quickly recompose himself.
Well,
Do
I
I-
saw something moving and I jumped at it, and it just disappeared just now.
Do I know his name?
Yeah, you guys would know who Bandit is.
Hi, Bandit.
Hey, Dibby. What are you guys doing here?
Just told you.
We're chasing the rats.
Well, leave me alone.
Where did the moving thing go?
Is there any way that I could use my affinity for abandoned kittens, since Bandit was an abandoned kitten, to
Yeah.
try to
sure.
communicate with Bandit?
Yeah, if you so basically the way that would work is that you would, for instance, try to calm him down and cheer him up using your report skill, and then if the result is not good enough, then you can spend a fate point using your affinity to abandoned kittens to increase the roll and do it better.
Okay.
So that would mean you'd have to do a report roll first.
Okay.
Let's see how good you are at that.
That's a 3, so that would be.
Oh yeah, you're
R.
also good at that. So you can probably just push the arrow button up, and then you see your old roll there,
Oh, okay.
and then you can press enter. Should be easier.
I'm sorry. Oh, that up. Three.
Oh, nice. Let's see. How angry is he? I think it's going to be. Yeah, that's going to be enough.
So Thought Kitty says, "Hey Bandit, I know you've been on your own here for a long time and you're not used to interacting with other cats and you're, kind of an only kitty cat. And we sort of understand that. But something is going on and we think that it's a threat both to us and to our burdens. And we need to get to the heart of the matter. And we think it has to do with the rats that came this way. So even if you can't help us, can you at least let us pass without trouble?"
Bandit says, I don't need anybody. I'm fine on my own. I didn't see no rats, but there were these annoying young burdens who were making a lot of noise last night.
Yeah, young burdens are very noisy, very annoying.
Oh, I
Tell
like them.
me about it. They chased away all my mice.
Of course you do.
Except for when they pull tails. I don't like that so much.
You don't like what?
When little burdens pull tails. Pull your tail? Yeah, that's not very nice.
That is
Mostly
the
I
worst. Luckily, I don't get many of them here. But yeah, no, they were just like walking past, making a lot of noise. They scared the mouse that I was hunting at the time away. Now I'm hungry, he says, and then like a moment later he realizes that he said that, and he's like, "Never mind, I didn't say anything."
Well, if you help me find the moving, I may eat some of it.
There's a moving thing? Where?
Well, right where you were standing, and you jumped up and scared it away.
Well, you scared me.
Irrelevant. I was chasing the moving.
Well, there was
Let's
something when you
maybe
jumped
work
on my tail.
on finding other moving things and take care of the rat. Maybe if we help get Bandit something to eat or
Oh,
share with him.
I could eat some rat.
Can we eat rat? I thought they were
Blacktail
sentient.
decides. Blacktail just decides like to slowly go in because like there was some screeching and now there's like infinite silence and they're like taking far too long.
I like kibble.
Blacktail decides to go into the house as well and like find out what is actually going on.
Okay, so inside you see the same abandoned scene as everybody else, and upstairs you hear your group of cats negotiate with another cat over rat meat.
Like I just go in and like go and ask like, guys, why aren't we going to chase like the big rats which just demolished our home? Like why are we here? What is
We-
this meeting about?
We're talking to Bandit.
And I'll jump on a window to look outside and see if I can find the thing again.
Sure, there's a bird sitting in one of the trees adjacent to the house, moving around, jumping from branch to branch, muttering
Is
to
the
itself.
distance jumpable?
This is going to go well.
Sure, it's a bit of a far jump, but you could make it.
I'm sure I can.
You need to be a great jumper though to make it.
I'll try. And sitting there doing the thing with the butt that a little bit and then just jumps at the tree.
Okay, go do it.
Okay, I have a good athletics and I have a for that.
Yes. So you could actually make
Aha.
it. Ooh. I don't think that would be very steady. So the thing you were chasing flies often mutters something about noisy cats taking the whole tree. And now you're clinging onto a very.
What if my result was 6?
You could have far enough to reach the bird.
Yeah, but so I would have gotten it, right?
Yes.
Then I'm going to use a fate point and say that I'm a very agile and young cat, so jumping is
Okay.
just
Your thing. Sure.
Yeah.
You grasp a very panicking bird in your claws.
I'm just going to bite it dead.
What are you doing?
Hangs
Dinner?
limply in your paws.
It doesn't look like kibble.
I said dinner.
It doesn't look like kibble, and there aren't any burdens around to open cans.
What?
What?
I missed that.
There aren't any burdens around to open cans. So, and I don't think there's any kibble around, so it's not dinner time.
Well, I made it dinner time.
When you
Where's the
say
wet food?
dinner, Bandit tries to mimic your jump and doesn't quite make it. So he falls down on his paws and sits on the ground looking indignantly.
Well, I'm just going to eat some of the bird and carry the rest.
Merle. Bandit looks very pleading at the bird that you're carrying.
Thought Kitty looks at Muriel and says, "Dude, share."
but I need it.
But you share with him.
You want it.
You may help
not
us.
Need it.
Well, what's the difference?
Wow, these young kittens.
And
Well, this is not wet food, so I'm like barely interested anyways.
But Merle, this bandit does look very thin and hungry.
Oh, fine. I'm give the half of it to Bandit.
It's gone. I mean, it ditches his paws,
And say you owe me one.
and he licks his paws and says, "Is there any more?"
To scare my moving thing once again, I won't give you any more bird.
Look, I didn't scare anything. Something jumped on my tail. I'm telling you.
Look, you arrived and it went away. So for all I know, you're the one to blame. It's logical, you know. See something and you see something afterward, and the both of those things have to.
But Bandit mutters something about city cats and prances off.
Rude.
Nobody ever said cats were nice. Apart from Dibby, of course.
Yes.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Well,
So,
go ahead.
does Bandit like run away then, or?
No, he just like moves a little further and starts playing with a bit of grass.
I'm just going to like Bandit. I'm like, so you are interested in more food, right? Since you seem to like be interested in something else than wet food.
Bandit nods a little bit eager.
Well, there were like some big, 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 fat mice. Maybe rats,
Ooh.
but actually mice. Which were just like heading towards the mines. If you want to join us, we surely can hunt down. And you would have like an extra lunch.
He looks at the group of you and at the big furry cat and the presence of all the other cats, and yeah, that seems safe enough. Sure. Food. Food is always good.
So let's get to it.
Then
I
let's
think
go.
they've gone towards the mine.
Oh, you didn't know? Then let's go. Like, go ahead.
Okay.
Stealth toward or stealth. Rather not stealthy, just like rather furry than stealthy, going towards the mine.
That's the thing now, furry.
Yeah, being all plushy.
When you arrive at the mine in your plushiness, you see that there is a roughly square hole in the wooden boards that are supposed to be boarding off the entrance to the mine.
There was
But
what?
they
Sorry,
aren't.
I'm being distracted.
There's a square hole in the wooden boards that are supposed to be boarding off the mine.
How big is it?
Big enough for a small human to fit through. So definitely big enough for a cat.
I'll go in.
Okay.
I'll
You
try
enter
to
a
stop
stone
her.
tunnel. What did you say?
I'll try to stop her because I want to sniff around and see if I smell anything threatening before,
Okay.
little
does
Miss
she
Happy
stop you?
Girl just hops right in.
Does he stop you successfully, Dibby?
What are you doing to stop me? Are you just saying something, or
Yeah.
are you like getting in the way? Or...
Well, actually, I just sort of do that sidle up and kind of push against and distract thing that cats do.
Oh, okay. I'll stop and sit and look surprised.
And then I try to sniff around the exit, or not the exit, the egress to see if anything
Okay.
smells wrong.
Okay, go ahead and investigate.
Same roll. Doing that. EF4.
Point I arrive after chasing a butterfly.
Do you catch it?
I don't know. What do I roll for that?
Your athletics, I guess, or a D100.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
I think I rolled
Just
wrong
rolled one
again.
dice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You rolled a DF
Sorry.
+4. So you need to roll.
And then
or
4DF.
4DF +3 because you're good at investigating. Still nice. So you smell the stench of rats coming from both the mine entrance and the holes in the ground nearby. You're pretty sure that the rats you saw earlier were only the beginning.
Okay. There is a lot
That there's
of
many
rats.
more in the mine. You don't hear any near the mine entrance. You also see that the hole in the wooden boards is made with, you see like the little scratches made from tools, so you're pretty sure that a human cut out this hole.
Guys, this place reeks of rat. Not just
I'm
like
sorry, I
a
can't hear
little
you.
rat.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
You broke
I
up.
broke
Guys,
up.
this place reeks of rat. Like, not just a little smelly, but it's
Yeah,
all
it reeks
rat.
of rat.
You can't
Yes,
smell
lots and
this?
lots.
I mean, pew.
I'll sniff.
When you spew, you can also smell some rat. You're pretty sure Thoth has a sharper nose though.
Um,
Seriously,
Can we
it
see
makes me
something
want
through
to
the hole?
puke.
okay. Well, I'll make yak face.
When you climb up into the wooden boards and look through the hole, you see a tunnel, stone tunnel. Some pebbles on the floor and cracks here and there. And it's getting, darker fast the more inward it goes.
I want to see if I can notice any visible beings, astral travelers, other subtle supernatural weirdness.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh wow. I usually have a +1, but this tent is for noticing those things.
Nice.
You feel a faint presence deeper in the mine of something. You're not sure how you know it because it's very, very far away, but you notice that there is something there.
Guys, we have to go there.
Okay. Well, I mean, if there's a lot of rats, we'll just have to get along with them, right?
I'm like going to Bandit and like whisper to him like, "There's a lot of food in there. You should charge in."
Bandit just takes like a running jump and flies through the hole and runs in.
Okay, guys, I've made the diversion. Now we can be going and prepared.
I'll follow. Just kind of padding along.
Okay, Bandit already disappeared in the distance.
Like trying to follow it like on a safe distance and trying to make it rather more stealthily.
Yeah, I'll follow, but stealthily.
Okay, so you know what direction Bandit went because there's really not any other direction to go than down the mine, but you can't even see him anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Just flew on ahead.
I'd like to use one of my magics. Lets me gather the surrounding shadows, armor your body, turning your fur black and your eyes into empty holes touched with faint glimmers of starlight.
Ooh.
So I
And
yeah,
that
I
lasts
get
for the duration of a scene, right?
doesn't say. Gives me a mental consequence, my lowest mental consequence, and I can fight spirits and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I turn into a very different kind of cat.
So you guys, would they see you? Or are you trying to hide from the cats you're with as well?
I'm trying to hide. I'm not not just from. Well, I don't care if they see me or not. I mean, I'm just trying to hide. If they see me, it's okay. If they don't, as well.
Okay. So the rest of you just seem we're all kind of like
Well, I'm following, so like I'm going in stealthily, right? So
Yes.
that's like it, and I'm like trying to go fast, even like if bandit like gets in there, but I'm trying to like have like ears up if I hear that's already something happening, or like because he darted in, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that if there's something ambushing him or anything, then I know it first. But meanwhile, I'm trying to be like far more silent and like go in, but still on a fast pace.
Okay. So Fate has this thing called a challenge. And a challenge is basically a combination of a few different skill rolls. And then first you do all the rolls, and then I just like look at like the general result, and then like after you did all your rolls, I'll tell you what the result is. So go ahead and do your rolls and tell me what each roll was for.
So which skills are being used?
So in this case, Blacktail is trying to stealth, and he's trying to keep up, so that's athletics, and he's trying to hear what's going on, so that would be notice.
Notice. So. So I'm first going on the notice, right?
It doesn't matter which order, as long as I know which roll is which.
The first one is the notice, and
Okay.
the second one is the stealth. And the third one is, if I have nothing in it, then it's +0, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you can just ignore the plus or minus and roll for the F.
No.
Yeah, you can just roll for the F and then. Okay, so let's see, because this seems like a really good moment to compel somebody. But then I need to look at my correct document. Who shall I compel?
I can see how you can compel me.
I'm looking for somebody who's curious. I don't think any of you are. All cats and nobody's curious?
That is a failing,
Chased up.
or a lack of failing.
But I think Debbie and Merle are like the most curious by nature. Because no, I think Merle is because it's young, right?
Yeah. So,
DB, sorry.
you guys are following, are following, Bandit. But what, would you say, Merle? You were to get distracted by a tunnel to the side. You know, maybe there's a spider moving around there, and you decide to convince the rest that it's, you know, Bandit probably took this tunnel. You know, he wouldn't run on the towards the other tunnel and end up getting
was hungry,
caught
there's a
by
spider there.
anybody. Exactly, he would totally go towards the spider.
Yeah.
Which we know may result in the unfortunate capture of Bandit. But you get a fate point, and you know, maybe there's something interesting at the end of this tunnel.
Do you offer me to go there or the all of
To
us?
convince the group to go there.
Sure,
Right.
I can try.
Okay, go ahead.
So who was in the front after Bandit? I mean.
But probably me.
I think
Because,
Debbie
I
was.
chased him in there, and then I'm going to follow him immediately after.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Dibby is definitely Dibby followed Bandit right away, but she isn't like racing after him. So yeah, probably Blacktail's in front.
Okay. I'm going to run to you and then go in front of you and just start leading, I guess, since I'm in the front and go in the side tunnel without even saying anything. Hoping you follow me, I guess.
Mm,
That works.
yeah. Can I tell by notice because I'm like continuously like
No, you don't have a clue where he went or so hold on.
Oh,
What notice was your first one? So yeah, you can tell that Bandit went the other way. You're not being very stealthy and you're lagging a lot behind, but there's still a faint bandit-like smell mixed in with all the rat. You're talking muted. Okay.
yes, sorry.
so do you follow me in the side tunnel?
So since I cannot
So
I
you're
cannot,
you're actually aware that Bandit went the other way.
I'm aware of it.
Yes, you are.
I'm like Merle, yo.
Yeah, yo.
That's the wrong direction, yo.
No, it's not.
Like we have to go there.
No, but he went this way.
Like, what are your clues? Because like my clues are like I heard him going there. And
Well, I saw him and he was hungry. So and there's food here. Can't you smell? That's why I run forward. I could see you're going the other way.
You see like a spider walking around in the other tunnel that, young kittens could chase.
So
you just want the spider, right?
What? Wait, what spider? I just want to follow my friend Bandit.
Okay, come on. And all just keep on going down the main trail.
I just like give like a very deep sigh. I'm like, okay, fine.
You see, we'll catch up to him in a second.
But the next time when you get something which could be used as a sacrifice, I want something of it for food, for the sacrifice.
Well, if wait, I guess so. We'll see.
Okay,
we can try and catching something
Yeah.
together.
sure. I'm a lazy cat, so I'm trying to get thing for this spider.
The spider's right
Yeah,
there.
that's sooner.
The rats,
You
who
go
knows
first
how
and
far
see.
far
you
away
can
they
be the
are.
spider. We go this way, I'm sure.
But I'm still acting like I didn't notice the spider in the first place. So I'm just acting. So where's the spider you were saying you were talking about?
There's no spider. There's no spider. I'm just going to chase something. I'm like acting like if I'm going towards the spider.
Are you gonna try and get there first?
Yeah, but totally just acting like I don't care about any spider that I've never seen.
Yeah. Like I will just like, say,
The
okay,
moment
sure.
you try to you get close to the spider, it jumps away further into the tunnel. It's one of those nasty jumping spiders, or I guess entertaining jumping spiders.
I'm jumping after it.
It jumps further.
There we go.
and soon you see that the tunnel ends in a dead end. There's definitely no
No bandit?
no bandit. But there is something else there
Jumping spider.
besides a jumping spider. You guys and girls see a human skeleton. Its few remaining fingers are clutched around something invisible, and it's obviously hair very long.
So, I mean, I hate to split the party, but cats are independent. It's going to happen. I am going to just go down to the main the main path.
You're gonna go back and try and follow Bandit, or?
Yeah. No, I never went down the side one because
Oh, you never
I didn't
went
see a
down the
reason
side.
to.
Okay.
Yep.
But I mean, I didn't smell any the rats that way, right?
Yes, there is a lot of rat smell that way, and there is a bandit smell that way.
I mean, I'm not hurrying, but but yeah, I mean,
as you continue, you hear Bandit making a lot of racket, and a bit of a distance in front of you in the darkness.
okay. Yeah, I'll go investigate.
Okay. As you come closer, you can clearly hear that he's in trouble. And you hear the feet of a lot of rats. Like, if they're as big as the cat-sized rats you'd seen before, then this is not something you want to get in trouble with. And around a bend in the path tunnel, you see a bandit who's being cornered by a few very big rats. And by the sounds of it, there's a lot more of them on the way.
Okay. So I'll take a few more steps and say, "Hi, what's going on?"
Okay. One of the rats. What do rats do when they want to intimidate somebody? Hisses at you? I don't know. Screeches at you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do something that sounds like kind of hissing.
Well,
Like
there we go. One of the rats hisses at you.
Okay.
And he's trying to intimidate you. He's not very good at it, but you're still going to have to defend at it with
Sure.
your will.
Okay.
You need to beat a 1. I'm sorry, you need to beat an average result. I'll let you succeed at a cost. If you want.
Let me see.
You can choose if you want to succeed at a cost or if you want to fail. I'm not sure what the cost would be. Failing would just mean running away from this scary thing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think any of my aspects come in here, so yeah, I'll succeed at a cost.
Okay. Would a minor mental consequence be too harsh? I think it might. You know what? You jump back for a second. Stand frozen on the spot for a moment while you contemplate whether this rat is as scary as it sounds. And in the meantime, more rats arrive.
Okay. I haven't done anything. I've been at the crossroads. Is there any chance that I would hear the scuffle?
I'm fine with you being able to follow, like following Dibby from the start on.
Okay. That's a
So-
very Soft Kitty thing to do.
Yeah. So you see the same scene as she does, with the rats coming up from cracks in the walls and floor, encircling Bandit, and you see Dibby standing there on the spot,
It's
kind of
worse than I
indecisive
thought.
about what to do.
So I'll say, my, there are an awful lot of you guys. I just wanted to come say hi, and make sure that we could all get along. Earlier, a couple of you were uh, scaring mommy, and I wanted to make sure that that didn't happen. That didn't happen again.
So Bandit yells, "Run, you idiot!" and jumps at some of the rats to try and create a distraction for you guys to slip out. What do you do, Soft Kitty?
Well, Soft Kitty feels like we got Bandit into this, so we need to get him out.
That makes
just
sense.
not sure how.
And I'd like to make a rapport roll. I realize it would be a very difficult one, but that's what I'm trying to do.
I'll offer you a fate point, Soft Kitty, for trying to save Bandit. If you try to save him, then I'll give you a fate point for your aspect of taking abandoned kittens under your wing.
Okay, well, I've got rapport, so
Yeah, both of you can give me a report roll. Let's see how good these rats are at defending
so 40
themselves. 40F plus your report skill, whatever that is.
Oh, 3.
Okay.
Four.
Nice. Okay. So both of you got a 4, right? So
Unless more would be needed.
what do you guys say to the rats to convince them to give let Bandit go in peace and let you guys leave?
Oh, well, okay. So, sorry, if I perceive that they're gonna actually start biting, then I'll say, wait. There's no reason to be violent. We're just trying to make sure that everything's okay. Everyone's okay.
You do not want a war.
So the rats are more confused by your words than anything else. They're
Well, they're rats.
difficult words. Rat not understand. But they hesitate for a moment, and Bandit has the chance to jump out of the fray. So you guys can run away if you want.
I think at this point leaving would be the best thing.
I do
We
not
don't
hear
hear
what
you.
you're saying.
Oh, I think leaving would be the best thing at this point.
Okay. Then there's like a fade out to black from this scene, and at the same time, somewhere in another tunnel, Merlio and Blacktail are looking at a human skeleton, and the supernatural spidey senses that you had earlier, definitely seem to be tied to this skeleton. There's some cracks in the walls, and from those, you guys can also hear rat feet scurrying.
So there's something magical and it's tied to the skeleton, right?
Yes.
We're going to try to notice what exactly it is.
Okay. I think yeah, sure. Go ahead. It's a human skeleton. It's been here
Perfect.
for a while. All the squishy bits have disappeared.
Well, I'm sure the spider is more interesting than
I think so.
and the rats that are
There's
probably
like this
coming for us.
sense magic, right? Was it?
Well, yeah, but now it just seems like a normal skeleton.
Because I have like this, was it preternatural awareness?
Yeah, I have it as well. I used it.
You used it.
You can
Well,
try
if you
it
want,
as
you
well.
can try as well.
Yeah, because I want to see.
Nothing stops you from trying.
That feels like a bit of metagaming, but
No, go ahead and see.
what is it then? You take that.
It's notice +2, so your notice skill, whatever that is.
Oh wow.
Ooh. So, there was definitely a spirit here. It's not in this current place right now, but there was definitely traces of spirit activity coming from this the bones of this skeleton, as if there was a spirit in the skeleton, but it moved on to something else or someone else.
Okay, so I'm hearing like this, like I hear rat screeches, right? Or rat
Yeah, rat paws, like
rat
as if
paws
there's hundreds of rats heading your
incoming,
direction.
heading our direction, and there's like the spider still there, right?
Yes.
Does the spider count as a small sacrifice?
Sure.
I think it's oh, okay.
Sure. For let's say it counts as kind of an emergency sacrifice.
Yeah, because then I'm like, okay,
So
I'm
it
hearing.
make it a bit harder. Maybe you get a -1 on your roll, whatever that normally would be. -1, but it'll still work, sort of.
Yeah, because then I'm just like thinking, like, okay, there's immediate danger incoming.
Mm-hmm.
We have like the skeleton. It
Mhm.
has some magic bound to it, and I think my black tail is guessing like, okay, there's like something going with it.
Mhm.
So I need to prepare to do something, and I think like if this magic has to do something like is bound with random weird behavior of mice, so they might have something to do or knowledge about this. What's it called?
Rats.
about the skeleton, or they are like having something to do with it. So what I'm trying to do is like I'm going to catch this spider,
Mm-hmm.
use it as a sacrifice, and animate like parts of the bones.
Okay.
So so I have like 2 pets, which I can
Okay.
do with my magic. I'm just animating then, and I'm just like getting this to be prepared. So do I need first to catch it?
No, you managed to
Catch
Uh,
it. So
to grab it.
it's the same thing, but -1 you said, right? To animate it.
Yeah.
So it's instead of 4, it's 3.
And what does it say about the result in the book, or did I look that up myself?
Give me a no idea. Give me one sec.
No problem, I'll look it up.
Page 17.
17, thanks.
Or
Yeah.
18.
Animate, okay.
I could only animate 1, but multitask allow me to animate 2.
Okay, so with the opposition depends on the size of the object, starting at average for insect-sized objects and increasing by 2 per rung on the skill ladder. So with this, you can animate part of the skeleton that is as big as an insect. So maybe, you know, a finger.
Yes, so I'm just going to activate 2 fingers. I don't care.
Sure.
Or no, yeah, just 2 fingers.
There's one, the hand that was clutching something invisible has 2 fingers left, so you could use those.
Yeah, I will use those 2 fingers.
I can make us invisible while you control them. And there are just those 2 fingers and they're gone.
Yeah, they just gonna be there like so.
Invisible doesn't mean unsmellable, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You just have to tell me what the opposition is.
It's a dark cave. Being invisible is really easy.
Okay. Then I get it. That would be an average difficulty. Then?
Yeah, average, or even let's say average. 'Cause, you know, being invisible is still something special. But yeah.
And it's up to because I'm trying to make multiple people invisible.
Okay.
But so we're not invisible, but we may think we're invisible.
I mean, you're a shadow, right?
Yeah.
So you're pretty invisible, as far as things go. Shadow in a cavern.
Yes, I'm very furry, so I'm as invisible as last time.
So are you guys gonna stay there and wait for the rats?
I
Does
don't
sound
think so.
like a whole lot of rats. No, you
Have
can,
we
you can
caught
go
up
back.
with them again?
I'm actually trying to like. I realized like the party is actually not with us, right? So
Yeah, there's.
And there are no more
2 people.
spiders around, so you might as well
I'm like,
go.
throw it to spider. We have to go now and go back to the others. Like-
I can totally imagine like a cat with a spider hanging half out of its mouth.
Yeah.
Totally.
There's like 2 fingers crawling alongside.
Yeah. Actually, because I think the fingers will be too slow, I'll like let it go on my shoulders first or something, and then like
And it
let them ride
disappears in
me
your
while
fur.
yeah, let them disappear in my
Like,
fur, and then
shoo! Hey, where are the fingers?
go back out.
Okay. So yeah, you guys move out and meet up with Thoth, Kitty, Dibby, and Bandit, who are basically getting the hell out of there because there's a whole bunch of rats chasing them. And the rats are not don't look like they're slowing down for you, waiting for you to prance out on your own speed. So why don't you guys try to get away without being bitten?
Okay,
So for us,
I'm just going to run for it.
So when
That
I
would be athletics.
So are they behind us or in front of us in the
They're behind.
by the time they? Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh, you mean Merle and Blacktail? They'd
Yes.
be basically crashing into you in the crossing.
oh, okay.
okay, so since everybody's running that way, I think like okay, sure. And we hear like this like okay, this is like what my fingers are prepared for, so I'm like trying to control my fingers to jump into them and like at least distract them or look fearful or fight it or whatever while I run away.
Okay. Well, skeleton fingers are not something you find every day, so that might help. So why don't you try to deceive them? I'll give you a +2 from having, random fingers.
Random fingers and scare them. Deceiving. +2.
Nice.
Actually, +4.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah. They all just jump on the fingers. They're like, "What is that doing here?" And they just you see like a mountain of rats where the fingers are. Some of them, get it and still follow you guys, but it's only a few. So
Damn, I thought like they're like all the confused and I will just like tap out majestically like nothing happened. Oh, we still have to run though. Okay.
well, the ones that caught on are more in the back of the group, so they need to climb over the mountain. So
Mm.
you've got at least a few feet of peaceful tapping.
Yeah, like I think Blacktail would be like see all this and everything happen and like then like tap and then he will like look back again and like there are others chasing and like fuck and start to chase again like as fast as I can.
Awesome. Thanks to Blacktail's distraction, though, you guys make it out in time. Because a +7 is ridiculous. Legendary result. So you guys exit the cave, and Bandit was going to give you question you about what you see as easy food. But thanks to your distraction, he's gotten back some his respect for you. But right now he's going to go to his house and try and catch a little smaller rodent.
Well, you said there's a lot of
That's just good
food. Didn't say that
sense.
you have to take it all at the same time.
No, I guess it was just a misunderstanding then.
I'll say bye, Bandit. Me and Mommy
Bye, Diddy.
might come by later, if that's okay.
Sure. Bring some food.
Okay.
No big rats.
No.
So with all your rat adventures, it's starting to get late already. So it's perfect time to go home and pretend to be present for your burdens, and then meet up with Jezebella in the meeting place when the evening falls. As was it Toskeri and Carlo just decided.
Yes, I believe so.
What?
Somebody, like 2 cats, went and talked to Jezebella, and she asked them to come to the meeting place that evening and give her a status update.
I think it
Oh.
was
Oh, yeah.
DB and
Yeah.
Carlo.
Libby and Carlo then, sure. Um, so
So
what
who
will
will
you
go and
guys do?
report?
So yeah, I'll mention.
Uh,
We should probably go to the meeting place pretty soon. Isabella wanted us to tell her what was going on.
was that the idea of Saber and all that?
Saber went and did his own investigations,
No, I
according
mean
to
like the other
Jezebella.
name. Yeah, Jezebella. So we're gonna meet up at the evening, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's like it's what did you call it? Like wet food time, basically. Now so you can do wet food and then
Wet food time.
Dinner
Getting
time.
my fur back again because all of this running.
yes, you have time to go do your wet food and then go to the meeting place and report to Jezebella.
And Blacktail's
how
going to
about
have to
we
clean a lot of mine dust off of himself before he shows up.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Won't Blacktail have to clean a lot of mine dust off of himself before he shows up at his house or at his burden's house?
Probably. Probably, very likely, yes. He has to do it, and like he's already very annoyed and starts to do this, and
I'm sure Blacktail has somebody to do that for him, right?
yeah, that. But
He's
he
an
needs,
expensive hat.
yeah, because yeah, true. Like it will be taken care of, but he doesn't want to like look like he intentionally made like look like he came from a fight or anything. So he will try to lick it up as much as possible, but then still
He'll go
needs
home
to
for some good grooming.
get groomed at home again.
How about we go do some of our human wet food things as well, and by that I mean a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Our kitty's really fed. Litter soup. Well, it's really nice in the sun now. Hey, get down. Not here. You're just too late.
I'm back. And Miko is popular.
Why am I popular?
You're typing, right?
I am answering chat questions.
Ah. I can't wait for my new computer. Or rather, to have the new computer working. And then hopefully I can have the stream open and my webcam running at the same time.
You can actually just pop out the chat.
Can I? That
Yeah.
might work. Hold on, I'm going to do that.
That's what I'm doing when I'm streaming.
Let me try that. Okay, how do I do that? Ah, I see 2 cats in Brad's background. Oh, here we do. Pop out thing. No, that's the. How do I pop out this chat, Rico? Tell me.
You go on the chat and then you see in the cogwheel by chat settings.
Cogwheel.
And then
Yes.
and then you
Somebody's
can
angry.
Yeah, I'm back just in time for that to happen.
And if I close this, is the chat then still open? Awesome, it is. Cool. Let's see if this doesn't fry my computer.
Oh boy.
Don't worry. But like I'm trying to open the chat because Miko just taught me that you can have a pop out in chat or have chat as a pop out. Hold on. Let's see if this works as well if I put it in a separate tab. Hello?
No.
My keyboard is not working. Yes, it is. Then why can't I copy this? Okay.
Hello. Are you gonna eat, mister? Where should he eat?
Okay, can you type something? Okay.
I constantly am.
There we go. I see a smiley. Good, then that's working. Cool. So you can also copy the link from the pop-out and put it in another tab of your thing, because for me the pop-out is actually a separate thing. I want it in my list of tabs. Awesome. Okay. Looks like everybody's back and
Yep.
ready to molest some rat. So you guys meet at evening at the what is a children's playground during day, and your meeting grounds during night. What do you tell Jezebella about your findings?
So we found this cave, and there were so many rats. It was almost scary. It was more rats than we saw early in the night that came over. There's just a bunch in there.
Okay, hold on. What cave are you talking about? Where is this cave?
Past Fustus.
You mean the old mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we followed the lead we've got towards the mine, and there were like a lot the rats which we were searching for. At least the hints we've gotten, they led us there. And when we investigated further, there were like a lot of them. So I had like to defend the party from getting caught, and then we had to escape because we were just overwhelmed by it.
Okay, good. She asks Saber if he found anything, and it says, "Oh, just a bunch of rats, but surely nothing important." I don't think it's relevant. We should just let them be. What do we care about a bunch of rats in a cave? Wasn't who Sable?
The saber guy you just mentioned.
Yes, sorry, Sable.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's fine if they, stay in their cave. But if they come out and disturb your burdens or mommy, then that's a problem.
I agree with Debbie. Isabella says this is a serious problem. Did you find out anything about why the rats came out during daytime?
But there was something magical in there, if that counts.
Something magical. Of what?
Yeah.
Magical of what kind?
Skeleton guy?
The burden's corpse was there, which seemed to be the cause or the source of all of this.
She scratches behind her ear and thinks.
Maybe it was a giant sacrifice.
You guys, we don't sacrifice burdens. He scowls at you.
We don't.
But
The rats may
could.
do it.
Rats are not intelligent enough to sacrifice anything.
Someone
I
might be.
don't really know anything about the old mine, but the burning ghost might.
The burning ghost? What's that?
So all of you know that there is this place you guys call the Burnt Place, which is a burnt down museum that has not been. It's one of those buildings that burns down and then it closes, and then there's always plans to rebuild it, but it never really happens. It's one of those. And currently it is haunted by the burning ghost. And a cat also lives there. And her name is Scarlet. Scarlet is a bit of an angry cat. You don't wanna mess with her. So usually, most cats try to avoid the place, but once in a while, when they really need to know something about something in the history, they go there to speak to the burning ghost because he knows a lot about the history of the town.
Wait, so the cat is the burning ghost?
No, there's a burning ghost and a cat.
Okay.
The cat is called Scarlet,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
and they both inhabit the place.
Do we know what they like?
I don't know, do you? That would be a lore check, or maybe if you want to talk to your friends and buddies, territory could work.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
totally
territory
territorying
makes
this.
more sense, yeah. So that I don't know. Does any of the cats or critters in your territory know anything about Scarlet and the Burning Ghost?
Well, cats are known to run around, find other cats, and hunt together or mate or whatever they want to do. So I'm guessing they would be traveled. They would be well traveled, and and they would have heard stuff about Scarlet and the Burning Ghost.
Okay, let's see if you can find out anything from your territory.
And my character sheet is deleted. Well, information on
Deleted?
it. Well, my skills are gone.
That is weird.
I know I had the territory on good, but still.
All of your skills?
Yeah.
Oops.
That is weird. So Dibby, I presume that was a territory roll?
Or lore. Probably lore. They're the same.
So you have heard tales of the nice and lovable nature of Scarlet. Merle, you don't really know anything about.
Well, I'm sure we can get along just fine with Scarlet. Let's just go.
You mean the people around me know nothing? They're just so unreliable.
Now, Blacktail, you have a lot bigger territory, it seems.
Nah, it's lower for me. I'm sorry.
Well, you know that Scarlet responds very well to female cats. You tried coming near her once, and that almost cost you an eye. And since then, you've done some research, and bringing her a gift helps. But even then, female cats do it a lot better than male cats.
How long did the minor consequence last?
So a minor consequence. It's when you start. You need to start healing it in some way, and then it lasts for a full scene after you started healing it.
I need to do that.
You should. So healing works a lot better if you get help from somebody. The challenge level of healing is equal to the the type of consequence. So a minor consequence would be a 2. But if you do it yourself, it would be a difficulty of 4, so great difficulty. But if somebody else would help you instead, then that would only be a 2.
How does the helping happen?
So the book says like anything from going out for a night to shake off that uneasy feeling together, or some psychological help, or and it can take a lot of different forms.
Well, I was thinking
It's up to the cat.
I would start healing while when we went back home. So I'm just going to go around my burdens and make them pet me and give me attention and stuff.
Okay, so in
that's
that
how
case, you'd be doing it yourself.
Oh.
If you'd ask like Dibby or Blacktail or Thoth to help you, then that would mean you'd get help from somebody else. Like they would be the ones rolling to help you.
This is a mental
yes, I'll ask for
consequence.
help.
Mental consequence. So yeah, Dibby probably wouldn't think of it, but if you ask, she'd clearly be happy to help.
Yeah, I'll totally just go to her and start whining that it was the no was like kind of scary, and a cat can only what's the word?
You do this randomly during the middle of the meeting, right?
Sorry. Yeah, continue with the meeting then.
No. I mean, I'm suggesting that you randomly do this in the middle of the meeting.
Oh, okay. I just I don't want to interrupt anyone. Sorry if I did.
No, you didn't. I was just like, I totally
No.
imagined that be something Merle would do, like randomly in the middle of the meeting and be like, "Oh, and by the way, Dippy."
And Dippy would respond again in the middle of the meeting. Oh, it's okay. Well, the rats are on the other side of the bridge now, and I'm sure if they come back out, we'll take care of them and drive them off. And there's no reason to be scared now. It's gonna be fine. Trust me.
And you know what the worst thing was? This fat kid here ate my spider.
I
Ew, that
saved
is-
your life,
I was
and this
already
is
out of
just
the tunnel.
before. I mean, come on.
Furry, not fat.
Yes, I'm for it.
Very furry.
Sorry.
Free boned. I don't know. I think that's not too bad. Spiders are kind of icky.
Well, I guess if you see it that way. I don't know.
Better to if you're going to play with your food, better to play with kibble. It just kind of jots around on the dish and that it makes a sound. I like that.
Well, we can we can arrange that you get what you like and I get what I like then. If we come across it.
Okay.
So if you're trying to heal Merle, you have to make some kind of a rule. I'm not sure, would that be something like report or
Okay.
whatever
I'll
it
roll
is you're
report.
trying to use?
You must intimidate me into healing.
I mean, it could work,
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
some,
yeah.
some
Some tough
movies
love.
and books where that totally gets done.
Yeah, see, it's fine.
And what do I need to roll? Oh, will I presume?
Nothing. Dibby
Oh.
just healed you. So now you rename the mild consequence to something that reflects that you're healing, recovering from mental shock or something along the lines. And then after a scene, you can remove it.
Mourning my spider.
Yes, mourning your spider.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. So, shall we go play with Scarlet? Want to get to some questions?
So
Yeah.
yeah, at that point, Jezebella interrupts you guys, and she says, "I'm sorry, am I interrupting something?"
No, don't worry, we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done too.
Sure.
She rolls her eyes at at you guys and says, "Yeah, I'll leave that to you guys. And I'll trust you guys to find a solution to the rat problem and fix it in a suitable way. You guys can see. Let's see who sees that.
Yeah, I left the group.
Merle, you can see that for some reason Sable doesn't seem very happy with Jezabella's suggestion, but he doesn't mention anything and he follows her when she leaves.
I try and sense what part of the of her what part doesn't he particularly enjoy about the plan? When does his face
Okay.
go, frowning?
That would be empathy.
Okay.
Do we all notice, or
And
pretty much
Merle
just-
notices it.
okay?
I rolled a dice to see who noticed.
I got a 1.
Well, technically, you needed to beat a 5, so that was not gonna happen.
Nope.
You're not sure. He just didn't seem happy.
Well, I'll know the rest. It seems like something they would be interested in. But yeah, this Sabo wasn't. I guess it wasn't his day, but seemed to be. I don't know, not enjoying our meeting. Maybe something Isabella said, or something that we said.
Oh,
Never say birthday.
What
Never
did you
what?
say, Blacktail?
Never say birthday anyways.
Is there any way that we can talk with Sable alone?
You know what? At that point, Sable pops out and says, "Did you want anything from me?"
oh, just to cheer you up. You seem down, and there.
I think we shouldn't bother with the rats. I mean, they're not bothering us. They're just bothering our burdens. And I'm sure,
Yeah, they they were bothering mommy. I mean, yes, there's a lot of them, but we have to do something about them. We need to convince them to, I don't know, maybe just stay on their side of the bridge.
Isn't our job to protect our burdens?
Yes.
I just think we could make a mutually beneficial agreement with the rats
Like what?
rather than, bother them. Or, something.
I mean, really, we have one job, and that's it.
He ignores you when you're talking about your burdens.
Well, as I'm agreeing with you, they're just a problem for our burdens. The problem will come back to me when my burdens will consider giving me back, because the last time this big rat was at my place, it tried to look for shinies. And my burdens are all about shinies, so I can't afford
we can just
this.
give them some shinies in exchange for, them doing things for us.
No, exactly. The problem is what's bad for our burdens is eventually bad for us.
He shrugs. I'm not so sure about that.
Seem to know a lot about rats, Mr. Sable.
Squinting at him.
No, I'm
I am
genuinely
squinting
just
at him.
fascinated, just looking at him with big eyes.
He looks at you superior and says, "Of course."
So
How did you find everything out?
Is there some way that I can use any of my skills to find out if he's hiding something specifically rather than just being lazy?
Okay. Yeah, that would be empathy.
Okay, well, I've got a 1, so.
okay, yeah, and I'm gonna roll 2.
Okay, you guys have to beat a 6 this time.
Okay, so it's 4DF plus 1.
Yeah. But if you're not planning on spending a fate to do it, then it's basically impossible.
Okay.
No, that does beat a 6 by a long way.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're,
if I was close enough, I totally would have spent a fate there, and I think I would have had the, something appropriate to call upon, but nope.
you can't really gauge him. You're not sure. Gauge him? Gauge him?
Gauge.
You don't really know what he's thinking.
I'm being totally oblivious to him acting superior to me. I'm just not noticing those.
When he behaves like that, I just squint at him and I try to look extra plushy. Like, whatever.
Are you trying to poke him?
Yes, I could say so, because I feel like as a
Because you
reaction,
can totally start a mental battle with him. Who can look more arrogant.
yeah, I would do. Yeah, I think yes, Blacktail would totally do that. Like,
Okay.
what the hell? I'm the furriest.
Okay. Let's see. And he would totally accept your challenge. Anybody want to join in?
No, I'll just watch this.
I may help by unintentionally by just jumping on the spot that Sabo was last time on, since it seems like a good spot to lie down and just
Okay.
watch everyone from above. I'm going to try to jump there, and it can probably help the intimidation.
Okay. So make a provoke. He's totally going to defend against that.
All right.
No.
What the fuck? So you needed to beat a 5. This guy is rolling ridiculous.
Well.
And feeling very superior, by the way.
Yeah.
And I will totally give him boost because that difference is ridiculous.
Given the difference
sees
in
what
roles,
you're
he
trying
is
to do.
superior. Sorry.
He sees what you're trying to do, and he twists his tail and licks a paw, and he's trying to use the shininess of his fur against the furriness of yours. So he's going to try and do the same thing back, but he's going to use the fact that you spectacularly failed to look furry just now as an advantage. Ooh, so he got a legendary result, so a 7. And you defend against that with your will. This guy is seriously rolling ridiculous.
Where do I see with my will, or how does that work?
If you have points into will, let's see.
I have nothing. Like, I never placed points anywhere, so.
Then you do just roll a flat 4DF and try to beat 7.
That doesn't.
Or
Good luck.
you try to get as close to... Okay. So how this works is the difference between your rolls is what he inflicts as mental damage.
Yikes.
So he inflicts 9 shifts of mental damage. I believe that you can absorb part of that in your mental hitboxes, but you also need to use your consequences to absorb it. You got 3 consequences. A mild, which is a 2 shift, a moderate, which is a 4 shift, and a severe, which is a 6 shift. So you're already going to need to divide it up into multiple things, including consequences, simply to avoid being taken out of the fight.
So, this.
Didn't you have this
So,
where you can go out of the fight if you get a mild some consequence, or was that someone else?
no, that is one of the things. Hold on, that you can do.
I think it was a
No,
stand.
that was the 9 lives thing.
Yeah, it's a 9 life stunt, but
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't have that.
No.
So you don't have will, so that means that you have 2 mental hitboxes. So do you have physique? You don't have those either. So I'll check off the hitboxes that you don't have. So normally you have 2 mental hitboxes and 2 physical hitboxes, and those can increase if you have a high physique or a high will. So you can absorb up to 3 shifts through your hitboxes, but then you still have 6 shifts left, which is which would equal a severe consequence. So you could try dividing it in different ways, but that seems like a sensible way to do it.
Yeah, then I will do so. I didn't understand the word, but I will do so.
So then you mark off your hitboxes. I did so for you on your character sheet, your mental hitboxes. After the fight, you can unmark it again, the first 2 mental ones. And you add a consequence, which is a severe consequence. Sable severely wounded you mentally. So did he do this? Did he, make you seriously depressed or tarnished your reputation for very long time, or like what serious way did he inflict mental damage on you? Are you super insecure now? What did he do to you?
Could I say like I would gain like a permanent grudge versus him? As like because my pride was hurt like extremely, because it's like all about like that's like all about me, and then it was on the meeting spot in front of everybody, and I feel like super I just got demolished in the thing which I Blacktail thinks he's at. So
So this is a severe consequence, right? So normally I'd say my pride is hurt seems would seem appropriate. But this is a severe one, so your pride didn't just hurt, it got destroyed.
yeah.
My severe consequence was losing both my hands when I was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that extreme, by the way.
Yeah. Then I think like.
And no, that wasn't a severe consequence. Actually, that was an extreme consequence. Yeah, there's a step above that where you can take like a permanent new aspect, and that's permanently part of your character. So what you did was actually a step above that.
Okay.
A severe consequence can still be healed. You're pretty depressed for a while, but you can go to a shrink and you can fix it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think like I would say like because my pride, because I got like kind of destroyed. I would say like I would get like super insecure towards like everything all about it. Like the behavior will be very.
You're very insecure towards Sable?
Not even towards Sable only, but generally, that instead of just because usually how cat behaves was like, yeah, I am like the furriest and I have to take and this is like my what is it? This is like my trademark. Will have no confidence in it, but it be exchanged instead of confidence, it's insecurity.
You're the gamma now. As in alpha, beta, gamma.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Like I was like everything, and now like everything is just lost. So I'm like trying to even if like everything will shrug. Instead of showing off like this is my thing, it's like I will try to plush it up, but it's actually all you will see in this behavior is negatively. Like I'm trying to crave for attention or crave for anything instead
because
of
you
saying,
don't believe in yourself
yeah,
anymore.
I don't believe in myself at all anymore.
Poor Blacktail. So the way things work is basically normally you if you do it like the Dungeons and Dragons style of fighting, you would fight until you take a hit that you can't absorb anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But you can concede early in Fate, and that's totally not weird. If you concede, you get Fate points for the amount of consequences you took in the fight, so you would get a Fate point. And you would basically like if it's a fight to the death, you would survive, but you'd still the other guy would still win. So you'd be left for dead, and all your items and whatever you had with you would be taken from you, and your name would be tarnished. Like this is definitely not a fight as heavy as that, but in the case of a fight for the death, like you'd be left for dead, and things would be bad. But you wouldn't be dead. So do you want to concede the fight, or do you want to continue it?
So this is like just the first reaction of it, and it could technically continue.
Yes, it can.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So the idea with consequences is it's basically the slightly more lasting hit point damage. Like you've got the hitboxes, which are just for that fight only, and after the fight they're immediately empty again. The consequences take longer. A mild consequence takes after you've started healing, it takes a scene to heal. The moderate consequence takes a session. So if you start healing it halfway during a session, then halfway during the next session, it's healed. And a severe consequence takes a full adventure heal.
Yeah,
and during that time, it's an aspect basically on your character that your enemies can use against you.
I think like just after this hit, because he just got the consequence of being like very insecure, like this blows to him, and he'll just like say, okay, fine, like stop.
Okay.
Concede.
So Sable just smirks at you. You can write down that you got a fate point from this, and he just smirks at you and looks superior. Everybody sees that he's superior. And that's what he gets from the fight, basically. It wasn't, fight to the death. It was just a fight for pride.
Yeah, which I don't have anymore.
Basically.
Cat with no pride. That's something new.
Yes, I know.
Especially like the pridest cat in the group has no pride anymore.
Insecure blacktail.
Insecure blacktail. Like I will never take charge anymore.
Like, what do you guys want to do? Because we can do anything you want, Oh dear. So you guys believe we're before Blacktail got himself in a load of trouble. We're talking about going to visit the burning ghost.
I think that we should go to talk with Scarlet and the burning ghost. Oh, actually, that maybe would that be a lore thing? I'd like to see if there's anything that maybe Soft Kitty knows regarding the burning ghost.
So you wanted to know about the burning ghost. If you just want to know some of his history, then that would be lore. If you want to figure out, how to please him or things like that, that would be more territory, I guess.
That would be more what?
Territory.
Okay. Well, I don't have territory, so I guess I would do lore. Oh, by the way, on my character sheet, I seem to have noticed twice, and I'm thinking maybe I should substitute one of those with territory.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Meanwhile, before I guess I'll roll for lore for finding out about the ghosts.
Sure.
Or what I might know. It's 40 up plus 2.
If that is your lure, then yes.
Yes. Oh, shoot.
Ooh. You know a lot about this burning ghost. Let's see. So the story goes that the burning ghost was Burden who burnt down this museum that he lives in. He was angry about something nasty they said about his grandfather. So he decided to burn down the place, but he couldn't get away in time. So he ended up burning in his own flames, which is why he's known as the burning ghost and why he's doomed to haunt the place forever.
And how does Scarlet tie into him?
How Scarlet ties into that?
How does Scarlet relate to him?
So Scarlet is just a cat who she doesn't really get along very well with the other cats. So she chose that place as her territory because it's there's nobody around really, just a burning ghost, and he can't leave. So it's her way of having somebody in her company who can you can't really run away from her mood swings.
Okay,
So, shall we go?
we should go.
I think you're
Sounds
gonna
like a
go.
plan.
You guys the night starts to fall and you guys travel to the blackened building of the burnt place. It's boarded up, basically a shell of a building. And are you going to try and like meet up with Scarlet, or are you going to try and sneak in? Try to.
I like on the way there, I will like let everybody know that Scarlet is like especially aggressive and actually more interest. Like you can please Scarlet by giving her gifts, or being a female kitten or female cat, because then Scarlet is far less aggressive towards us or
Okay.
hostile.
Well, I'll say hi first.
I'm going to try and hide from sight.
Sure, do that.
Like I walk
Actually,
less.
I'll try to be invisible.
Sure.
That's my thing. You should decide how difficult it is.
It's evening.
And I'm white.
Well, with a result, you definitely manage.
Okay.
Sure. You are now moving along invisible.
I was lagging behind a little bit where I did it, because in order to do that, I have to whisper my true name backwards, so I don't want everyone to hear my name.
Can't be too safe. Other cats are cool, but you're still a cat. You only trust yourself when it comes
Of
to
course.
these things.
So
Anybody else want to do something before you arrive?
no.
No, I just try to stay invisible, but not in the sense of stealthy, but just invisible to the group.
Oh, poor Blacktail.
How do I go about using my magic stunts.
So let's see what
I
magic
have
stunts do you have?
prognostication and psychometry.
So you are a seeker.
Yes.
So you just find a good spot to do your rituals, and then you roll against your seeking skill, and then add any bonuses that your stunts may give you. So let's see what bonuses your stunts give you. Seeking.
I'm only fair at seeking.
Your stunts may give you some bonuses though. Seeking.
Okay, so what do I do?
Your prognostication says once per session after you've slept, make a seeking roll against an average opposition. If you fail, you get a single word aspect hinting at a future event. If you succeed, you get a single word aspect hinting at a future event and a time frame of several days in which it will happen. You can spend shifts one at a time to reduce this time frame by one increment, or add a word to the prophetic aspect, not counting linking words. If you have at least 3 shifts, once you stop refining the prophecy, you succeed with style as normal. So, if you have the time to take a nap, so that would be somewhere during daytime. Maybe you guys spent a little longer before you went to the meeting with Jezebella, and you had time to take a nap. Then you can make a roll against your seeking, and you need to beat a 1, so that's totally doable.
Okay.
And then based on how well you roll, you get some future prophecy.
Okay.
So your other stunts were, where is this? Too many tabs.
Psychometry and overcome.
Okay.
I don't recall overcome.
No,
I think overcome is not a stunt. I think that's just a use of the skill.
Oh,
But astral projection is also a use of the skill, which is while your body sleeps, you can send your soul traveling and take an astral form. In this form, no ordinary door or wall can stop you. You can see in complete darkness, and you can fly at great speeds. However, you can't pass through natural rock, earth, or living things. The astral realm is home to many careless spirits that will take exception to you entering their domain, but just as many are useful sources of information. If you're within a few yards of a cat or another physically aware being, psychically aware being, it can see your ghostly presence with notice opposed by your stealth. You can invoke astral form to help you on this roll. Your spirit form can be harmed by spirits, creatures in both the astral and physical realm and other astral players. Conflicts in the astral realm look like ordinary battles, but one's fighting ability is irrelevant compared to the sheer force of personality. So basically, you use spoke opposed by will, and you suffer mental instead of physical consequences. While you're traveling, your physical body is completely vulnerable.
I
but
think
you
I
can
just
sense any harm
want
to your
to
body.
use
be
the
able to-
prognostication.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that you had time to sleep before, so
A cat nap, as
give
it
me
were.
exactly. So give me a seeking roll and see how well you do. Okay. So you succeeded by one shift. So let's see. You get a single word asp hinting at a future event and a time frame of several days in which it will happen. Let's see what horrible event will happen.
So, and then with the extra shift, that can be cut down to a day, or a word can be added.
Yes.
How
But
did I
only
add a
first.
shift?
Well, you got a shift, so you can spend it on either.
Yeah, you've got one
Right.
shift that you can spend either to narrow the time frame or to get an extra descriptive word. But let me think of what the word in the time frame is. The time frame is within the next week. But what is going to happen in the next week? Death is going to happen in the next week.
Yeah, I'd like to spend the shift to get an extra word.
Okay. Give me one moment.
Untimely death. Sorry.
No, don't worry. Clara's death. And in the next 7 days.
Who's Clara again?
Clara is a young burden that lives somewhere in your neighborhood. She's not your burden. She's not specifically tied to your burden. She's just a girl in the street.
Do we usually feel, would we feel obligated to, not obligated, but, would we feel like we should tell Clara's cat
Yeah,
about
I
it?
was going to say, is Clara Divvy's burden?
No,
No,
Um,
okay.
it's Anna.
no, that's Anna.
Ah.
Clara is not one of your burdens. Clara is just a girl who lives down the street from you guys. And sure, you know the cat who goes with Clara.
But is it
Tell me the name of the cat. What's the name of Clara's cat?
Me?
Bell?
By Kitty. Clara's cat is called Belle. Okay. I have written this down.
So does the boarded up house have any holes?
Does what have any holes?
The boarded up house?
Yes, of course. Plenty of holes for a cat.
So I'll scratch at one and call Scarlet.
um. So, you see a very big tabby pop out of a hole a little higher. She's got one scar across an eye, and she looks at you suspiciously. What is it?
Hi, I'm Diddy.
Hi, Nibby.
I needed to ask your ghost some questions. Is that okay?
She looks shocked and she says, "Go near my burden." Like she's actually shocked you're asking her to go near her burden. So I think she needs like a little more convincing.
Okay. I won't stay long. I don't want to cause any trouble. It's just that there are these rats, like lots of them, that are threatening to overrun the town, and we need to we need just help, like information to find out uh, how to stop it, or what exactly is going on that's causing them to come over here rather than stay in their mines. Uh, so that's pretty much it.
Okay. So try to convince her with your rook roll as well,
Okay.
and take a +2 for being female.
Okay.
You need to beat a 1. She's already melting the moment she saw you.
So average.
Okay.
She was gonna ask for a favor, but never mind. She can cats blush?
No.
They can look not so arrogant for a moment.
Yeah.
She shyly
Especially
looks
not
at you and
tabbies.
she says, "Okay, for a moment then,
Okay. Thank
For
you.
a moment.
but just you."
All right.
I'm totally going to sneak after her.
Okay.
Well, I'll say that Debbie succeeded at an advantage, or not an advantage. She succeeded with style, so she could totally give you an extra boost. You know, with wink at Scarlet and
Just
distract
kind
her
of
long enough
distract
for
her.
you to sneak in.
Well, I'm invisible.
Cats can still smell you and hear you and things like that.
Fair
How
enough.
does invisible work?
Well, it just is invisible. Guessing that's some sort of a huge stealth thing.
I presume that. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean,
To me, it sounds
if
like
Scarlet hears cat,
just
it's
be.
probably Diddy, right? Not some other
To
cat.
me, it sounds like it's an aspect that you have, the aspect invisible with like a free invoke or maybe 2 if you succeeded with style. On stealthing.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and stealth.
I mean, I guess it would depend. If it's towards humans, they barely see a thing, so it'd be a lot stronger. But when it comes to other cats, I can imagine that they can, still smell you, and they're used to people running around invisible, right? Or cats running around invisible, rather.
Okay.
So you get a +2, and if Dibby is graceful, she might lend you her boost.
Sure.
So that would give you a +4 on your normal stealth.
That's without the dibbies.
Okay, so a 5.
Well, if it's needed. If it's not, I
Yeah.
might
If
just
it's
Okay.
not needed, I'll
let's
save it for later.
let's see. Then I need to open. Okay, she's not that good at noticing. Okay, you succeeded with style.
Oh well.
You needed to beat a -3.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So no problem. You don't need anything or anybody.
I will even stick my tongue out while I'm.
I'm sure Blacktail and Thoth Kitty will see you sticking out your tongue.
Probably.
Like
Um,
will act like. No,
Is there any way while Dibby is inside doing whatever she's doing, which I don't know what it is because I'm outside, that I can kind of walk around the house and see if I see anything of interest? I have investigate and notice.
So you're trying to find what are you trying to find?
I'm just looking around to see if I find anything.
Okay, just in general searching. Okay, go and investigate.
Found me a lamp.
I got a form.
No problem. You see multiple back entries that you could try sneaking into. What else? You find a mouse nibbling on some trash
Sorry.
that the burdens left. You
Do I see any sign of giant rats?
no, you don't see any signs of rats. You see some signs of Scarlet who's trolled around here. You think you can probably sneak in. The question is, what will she do when she finds you inside? If she finds you inside, of course.
I could be stealthy.
I don't hear that.
I could be stealthy.
You could.
Okay.
So yeah, then that would require you to roll on your stealth and see if you. I'll say you get in either way, but the question is,
Do I get
in
caught?
without getting caught? Yeah.
Oh, it's 4DF. Right.
Yeah. Plus whatever your stealth is, and if you don't have points into stealth, then that would be 0.
I do. I have 4.
Ooh, you're really stealthy.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thoth is shadow colored.
So yeah, no problem. You get it, no problem. And did you follow her, Blacktail?
I am like, what was it? Scarlet said we're not allowed to go in, right?
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
could follow Thothky's lead.
Wait, Thothkity is going in, right?
Yes, Thothky is sneaking in through the back door.
Yeah, but
But
since
Very
Scarlet said,
expertly too.
yeah,
the
but
top
since
kitty is
Scarlet is like
sneaky.
saying I'm not allowed to, I have like I'm like so scared to do anything right now, so I'm
Well,
like,
maybe
okay.
maybe Thothky doing it motivates you. I mean, you don't want to be left
Yeah, okay.
behind either, right?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, then I'll try to follow. I'll go following out afterwards. Why not?
Okay, you can jump in, no problem. But again, the question is, do you get caught or not?
So I have to roll stealth.
Yeah. That's not very stealthy.
But it's furry.
Oh no!
For now, Scarlet didn't show up. You guys walk in. You have to avoid some broken glass on the ground, and it's not long before you come across a stocky man wearing black jeans and a leather jacket, who is suspiciously see-through. Little flames play on his shoulders and all the way like down his arms, and he has this permanent scowl on his face. He's muttering to himself. Well, yeah, that doesn't help if you're muted.
I'm still being invisible, so I'm trying to my advantage as long as I can. I'm not supposed to be there. So
True.
it's a bit hard for me to stay there and do nothing, but
So Dibby and Blacktail, he notices you and says, "What are you doing here, sneaking up on me?" He waves his arms around.
Oh,
Go flush.
Poof.
Being actually like scared.
Plush with nails,
Yeah, flush.
plush with claws. How about you, Dibby?
I'm just gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I just needed to ask you about the rats in the mine. Do you know about it?
What rats in the mine?
Well, the old mine on the other side of the covered bridge. There's a
The old mine.
there's a whole bunch of really big rats over there, and they at least yesterday they uh, came over to town and started causing trouble, and somebody told me that you might know about it, so I'm here. Hi.
You know, back in the day, the mine was still active. Back in the day, you know, I wasn't this, and he like shows his hand and a little flame flickers on it. I didn't know anything about Rats Day. I mean, mines have Rats Day.
Well, what? How did it close? What happened?
He sighs and he says, "It's a pretty sad story, actually."
I'll cock my head.
Before he says anything, why don't you make a report roll? I mean, you
Report?
sound very delightful, but you know that's to me. Maybe to him, you sound different.
Just like a yowling cat. Or bripping. Yeah.
Meow. Meow.
Yeah. By and large, Dibby's voice, yeah, sounds. Oh, you might not be able to hear that. It's the damn mute. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Dibby sounds like.
But what like give me a report roll to see how successful.
oh wow.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Good.
Legendary.
This means I can share
And-
all the juiciness. He says he tells you that that the mine was closed because of his grandfather. My grandfather was accused of stealing and killing his partners, and they locked his body up in the mine forever. Nasty people, all just rumors.
Well, there was a body in there. Do you think it would help if? Well, I don't know if we could bring the body out, but we could maybe convince a burden to bring the body out and do whatever you humans do when someone dies.
A decent burial gives any ghost peace, so that might do him good. Do you say that out loud, Merle?
No, I was just making a joke with you guys.
Okay. And he was missing more than 2 fingers, by the way.
It was missing 3 fingers.
Yeah, and
Right.
we took the other 2, but
That's what he was referring to, the 2 that were taken.
Yep.
I'm sure that actually happened during sometime during the closure. It had nothing to do with us.
Yeah, no, I would mention that when there's like this thing that it had already missed three fingers, right? I would I would mention like very approach it like was missing three fingers when we saw the skeleton.
Was anything else missing?
Maybe another two fingers.
But how about his nuggets?
Is what?
He had 4 silver nuggets.
He
That
was
that is what he was accused of stealing. He stole 4 silver nuggets from his partners, or they put it on him and accused him of stealing it, which is probably, how it really went. And without his silver nuggets, he can't have his rest.
He was holding something invisible. Maybe they got taken away.
Who did this? And like when you say like the nuggets got taken away, like you see his flames flicker brighter, and his eyes turn, little flames spark up in his eyes. And
I go immediately plush and run behind.
And little shards of glass that are lying around start moving around him in the air, and he says, "Who took the nuggets of my grandfather?"
Dibby's eyes get huge, and she says, "Well, it was probably the rats. They like shiny things."
They definitely do. They definitely do. Like I add up to it.
It was you, wasn't it? And he glares at you, Blacktail.
Eyes like from Blacktail like widen. Like go more.
That's
No.
why you're being so skittish.
I don't think so. You can't really. You can't eat these nuggets, right?
No, they're made of silver.
So I don't think Blacktail would be very interested.
Oh. The storm of Bash
he might.
slows down a little, and he's scratches his head, and then his fingers basically go right through his own head. And then he looks at his own fingers, disturbed, and he says, "Well, either way, they need to be brought back, rats or not."
Okay. I guess we can see what we can do. But if we could get by all the rats, then if they weren't like dangerous and a problem, then they wouldn't be a problem overall.
So this is a great time to liven up scene and torture Blacktail a little further. So at that point, Scarlet comes in, and she spots Blacktail being all furry, trying to hide behind like a pillar or something that's burnt, and you have like this pillar and this Blacktail. And she says she looks at you accusing Dibby, and like you betrayed her by bringing in the other cats, and she says, out now.
Me, I'm like going out. immediately. Like I will like not go for anything. I will okay. Like this thing is scary anyways.
And the out was also directed at you, Dibby. You know, you betrayed her by bringing
Well,
in a
okay.
male cat.
So I think we have everything we need. So I'm happy to leave, but I'm just gonna look at Scarlet and say, I'm sorry other cats came in, but I didn't tell any other cats to come in. I didn't lead them in. I mean, we'll leave because I don't want you to feel invaded or anything. But you shouldn't feel don't feel betrayed. There is uh, no one's like plotting to jump on you or anything.
Like your words do seem to like calm her a bit, but she still wants you to leave.
Sure.
She,
I should totally go out in the shadows and say, "Yeah, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it."
So are you gonna?
I don't think that will end well. We might just quit while we're ahead.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best.
I'm looking at your aspects right now.
You know, I'll take it.
And I find something. Where are you? Here you are. Nah, you have enough fate points.
I have one.
You have one? Okay, then in that case, I'm gonna be. You're young and reckless, right? So
I'm on my way out already.
you might do the whole young and reckless and pop out and be like, yeah, already distracted by, hey, I was trying to be invisible, distracted by the conversation, and you just forgot you were hiding.
Of course, yeah, that happens.
For a fate point.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay. The moment you say that, Scarlet just like jumps up and hisses, and she's got the wild eyes, and she just runs at you, like charges you.
Why does everyone hiss at me? Everyone hiss at me.
Everybody just hisses. I don't know. That's my way of everything in the animal world hisses when it's angry.
Fair enough.
She goes.
I'm totally going to hiss back at her and start a territory fight.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead. So hissing back at her
Aw.
sounds like you're trying to provoke her, right? Or are you actually trying to fight her with your territory skill?
Well, I wasn't sure how exactly that works, but yeah, I was trying that.
Okay, let's see. I'll do the same thing. I'm not sure either, but that sounds reasonable.
This is a place where I'm allowed, and you're not the one who tells me otherwise.
Okay. So let's see. Ooh. Okay, you guys met each other. I'm not sure how this works when you meet each other. Let's see. I think she's going to spend a fate point. Increase that. Yeah, she is. She spends a fate and increases her results to epic, which would beat yours by 2.
Isn't that superb?
No, you've got good, which is +3. Then you got great, which is +4, and epic is +5.
Oh, in the character she says superb. That's why I'm.
And is it? Maybe it is.
It doesn't really matter. But
Hasa, you've lost synchronization. It looks like.
Oh, okay. I'll refresh then.
can I use me being uncomfortable at when not on my territory as an aspect I can invoke to get a +2, since I would want to make this territory available to me in a way.
Sure.
So I'll do that, and I'll have a 5 as well.
So am I synchronized now?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Okay, so you guys still meet each other at the middle. But
Probably his burden would defend her. Her burden would defend her.
her burden would defend her. Yeah. I think I want to make. I want to keep it like this for now. But I want to do something more interesting than just make you guys roll over it. Since you started this dispute, you took all the risks, right? So, how about calling it a draw for now, but the next time you fight over territory, you gain a boost against her?
Well, if I'm being the one taking risks, she should be the one winning. And I don't see why I would get advantages over that because of that.
I know there's some. I think the attacker. Yeah, normally, when you defend, even if you defend with style, you don't usually get a boost. But when you attack and you equal the attack, you don't deal any damage, but you still get a boost. So it's actually, according to the fate rules, it's pretty normal.
Okay.
I didn't look
because-
up on the territory rules specifically, but if you look at the other rules in fate, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I will say I'll let you. I'll let you off this time. And I'm going to, walk like a boss out slowly.
She's gonna claw at your tail. Totally. She's not gonna let you walk out like a boss of her territory. She's got big paws too.
Well, I can let that go and just remain boss, and let the inferior to me resort to violence. But I'll be scared inside.
So I'm going to actually make the attack happen because I want to see if you get any consequences from it.
Okay.
She'd attack with fight. You can defend with whatever you see sensible. Ooh. So you need to beat a 3 if you want to get out of unscathed.
Well, I'm going to try to endure it and not give a fuck about it. So I'm going to try with physique.
Okay.
Even though my athletics is way better, but oh,
no problem. Awesome.
she just scraped some of the dirt off my tail, and I say thanks.
You've got like this armor of dirt on you.
Yeah.
And you're very, very glad that you rolled in that mud pool earlier today.
Yeah, well, that's always fun. And obviously it helps.
Yeah, totally. You should create a stunt armor of dirt at some point.
I have another armor we can rename.
Yeah. Dirt armor would totally suit her. Him. So,
So,
the rest
from-
of you, are you gonna stand there or are you gonna listen
I'm out
to
already.
Scarlet and get the hell out of there?
Yeah. So, from right by the exit, I'll say, Merle, come on! This isn't your territory.
I'm eventually going to go there. You know, Cat's like I have been has this almost semi-closed eyes, you know, looking like he doesn't give any fucks about anything,
Uh-huh.
just walking and tail up in the air, walking.
At your own pace. Totally.
Yeah. So Scarlet got at you, and you know that for her was enough of a warning. So if you get out, you won't die.
Yeah, she's happy with her whatever she did. I'm happy with what I did. It's a win-win, kind of,
Sort of.
or a lose-lose. Well, both work.
So you guys left the area. What are you? I mean, not all of you. Thothkity is still hiding in there. You went to do something.
Thought Kitty exited when the exiting was being made. Stealthily, without being noticed. He just paid attention, absorbed the thing about the silver rings that were missing and the curse that could be attached accordingly. And I didn't want to get involved with cat territorial politics.
Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Then maybe next time you see Scarlet, she won't hate you. So you guys figured out there was something to do with silver nuggets that were missing. What do you make of that?
Need to find out where those silver nuggets are.
Well,
We can ask the owl.
yeah, exactly. Because I don't think a cat would think, okay, they should be special. Cat would think, okay, silver nuggets, who cares?
Probably.
So we could go to owl one and go
Hieronymus.
to Hieronymus and ask Hieronymus if he has information without asking an Hieronymus price.
Okay. So Hieronymus lives in the Blue Moon Woods, which are an ancient wood of oaken pine trees. An ancient oak in the middle is his home. During the day, it's a very pleasant place for couples to visit, but during the night, it's eerie and threatening. Unnatural mists that can show up out of nothing and completely surround you and link our worlds to the realm of fairies and even less pleasant creatures. Hieronymus Screech is a handsome grey owl. He has wickedly long claws, and he is the master of the cold and unblinking stare. You guys arrive at the woods without much trouble. But before we venture into the airy woods, maybe people want to a drink or, take a bathroom break.
Yep.
Okay.
Seems like a good time.
My teas. Well, I don't have any more. I don't have.
It is gone.
All
Maybe it's
right.
invisible.
Yeah, it's mud armored.
We do need to have actual.
We're back.
Hello.
I just walked past,
Nope.
and my bunny just like bolted away as if I was like a lion. Just like walking past, he was
It was
gone.
hissing, right?
It just knew
she
that
just
this
ran
time,
away very, very fast.
this time you were gonna eat it.
Mhm.
This time,
It's not
this thing.
Christmas yet.
By the way, I'm eating some of the, what was the word? These things.
Oh, paper note.
Yeah. They're
Literally
better with tea.
translated per nuts.
Why pepper nuts? They have some
No
of
clue.
the lemon? Yeah, maybe that's the pepper part because it's, powdery and stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe it just signifies that they were seen as like something expensive. Since pepper used to be like a really expensive commodity. I am not sure.
We'll never know.
Did they used to be expensive?
I don't know.
Pepper was used to be expensive.
Yeah, but if they're called after pepper because of its price, they should have been expensive as well. I don't know.
The
Like
ingredients have some similarities with the German Pfeffernusse, although they look
Pfeffernusse.
completely different. Pfeffernusse, yeah, that one.
I've never had those. I think. Yeah,
Originally, this is an ancient fertility symbol, not unlike throwing rice at a marriage. Or like a farmer sowing seeds.
So I guess we're all back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just
Or
looking
are you, Moko?
on the balcony.
Oh,
It's
okay.
hiding.
That's fancy. I should get wireless headphones. And at some point I'll be left for a minute because the bathroom is taken by my roommate and I
Grr!
couldn't go. Yeah.
I'm going to have to head out before too long because I have to deal with some work issues.
Okay. Do you need to go soon or
Before
'cause,
too long.
if you want to stop now is a good moment to stop as you're going to Hieronymus. We could also do the thing with Hieronymus. But that's gonna take some time, of course.
Actually, for me, going ahead and leaving would be better because I want to go ahead and get this thing resolved. Not to be
Can
rude
we
or
go ahead and do
anything.
what?
I need to go ahead before too long and resolve this issue because I don't want to leave it hanging. If
Okay.
that would be acceptable.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
We can do our end of session stuff. Yeah, you can go. Unless you have something important you want to say about how things went today.
I think it was great. I had a lot of fun. And I'm loving, the way the story is unraveling, or not unraveling, unfolding. and meeting the other cats and so forth. I want to do more of that. And I think that when we get back, Thoth is going to have to find Clara's bell and give her a warning.
Yeah, I particularly enjoy as well, like the whole little side story with Bandit was particularly interesting. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like
not
him.
in the adventure at all, but you know, that's the like. I still really enjoyed, you know, this kind of like tough who.
Not so tough, I guess.
Not so tough when it comes to a horde of rats.
Who would be?
But this kind of abandoned who lived in a big house at the river. Yeah, could be interesting in the future as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
One
there are
thing
definitely
we need to
possibilities
discuss
there.
is your individual adventures. Is we need to at some point meet up together and create those adventures. One problem is that I'm going to be away for the weekend, and next week I'll also be quite busy because I have an exam and a deadline. So we might have to skip next week's session, even
Okay.
if at all possible, so I can spend a little more time preparing for my exam and working on my project.
Okay.
So my deadline is next Sunday. So maybe on Monday or Tuesday I could meet up with you like individually, Brad and Aldith,
Monday at
to
the 9th,
do
we're
your
going to,
little adventure stories.
yeah. Monday the 9th, we're going to be working in San Francisco all day.
But not next Monday, but the one after.
Right, the 9th.
Yeah.
But this coming Monday is the 2nd.
Yeah, right. The 9th. Tuesday is fine as well.
Okay.
So
And we can start working it out over like Skype and email.
yeah, exactly. The reason I wanted to bring it up right now is because Aldith doesn't usually go into her Skype.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say somewhere Tuesday, somewhere before this time. I don't know what time it is for you guys, but right now, but somewhere before this time.
Okay.
I need to speak to each of you for maximum an hour, probably less.
Okay. And I'll certainly keep an eye on mine, my Skype, and if you two don't have each other's email addresses, I'll make sure that you get them.
Okay. And then I think we're done.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
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 Good luck with your job thing.
Thank you.
Work thing.
So how about the rest of you guys? Do you have any feedback? Anything you wanted to say about how the session went? Stuff you liked more or less?
I liked how we did some random stuff.
User
I always like that.
disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, I had a good time. I almost with the rats went ahead and tried to like grow big and intimidate them, but it seemed like it probably would be breaking up the flow rather than helpful.
It's I think a flaw of the adventure. The adventure basically wants you to run away there.
I
so
see.
That you can do the thing with the burning ghost and experience more of the story. I would have let you try to do that. I mean, it would have been harder, you know, because right now you've got more options, more things you can do apart from just straight up fighting them. And I think they do a lot of things really nice, but yeah, well, there's 100 rats coming at you. You're kind of supposed to run away. Is a bit of a railroad.
Yeah, well, I mean that's sensible. You know, it's a sensible reaction, but yeah, that's the thing about modules, that they're on rails a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of things about this module, and I think, in a way, I like this kind of thing because you're always told you're supposed, or told you're like as a role player, you always, your first instinct is to fight the beast and get the XP and get the loot, right? And no sane being would fight 100 cat-sized rats. So I kind of like that it, in a way, forces you to be more realistic. Then it has very little options to do anything else. Run away. You could try hiding in cracks when rats have this rat smell, and it doesn't offer any creative options either. So unless you as a player come up with something really creative, you're just gonna have to run away and try again later after you did your mandatory meeting with Jezebella.
Yeah.
I like the solution you guys went with. Go to Anonymous, by the way.
Oh, I was thinking of
That is
making
totally
some.
not in the adventure.
Was the most sensible though.
Yeah,
because-
I was
Yeah,
thinking the same, and then you said it.
It just makes a lot of sense. You guys are totally right, and it's
Not so really
gonna be
not
helpful
right
and scary.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it does make a lot more sense
I'm
than
going
just
to.
going back to the mines, because we may know what we need from the mines, but the situation there hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to abuse my invisibility versus him, since he has no the smelling thing and so forth.
Yeah. I think owls definitely rely on sight. So yeah, that would be really effective against him.
I'm going to climb his tree and camp.
I wonder what that would do to his unblinking stare. If he'd be like,
Going to
"What the fuck are you
something.
doing?" Or if he'd just like turn his head like 180 degrees and look at you staring. I mean, Hieronymus knows a lot of things. Maybe he knows you're there without seeing you. Could be.
He knows facts. That thing's happening right now at the moment.
Oh no, Hieronymus is not at all like the Burning Ghost. The Burning Ghost knows history. Hieronymus knows the future.
Ah. So he knows where Merle will be, not where he is right now.
Well, not just the future. He's just a very like he's he can do the kind of stuff that Aldith did, where he can know stuff that he can't
Prognosticate.
know.
And being an owl, he's probably pretty good at hearing stuff. Like, I mean, the whole heads are shaped to focus sound in. Although, they're a lot more visually oriented than, say, cats or rats.
But since smell doesn't really play a part, as far as I know, taking outside basically cuts his senses in half. So he may have a good hearing, but it's still gonna matter a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna head out too. Thank you so much for running. Chat, thank you so much for checking it out. If you enjoyed this, please do follow to be alerted when we next play. I guess we're probably not going to be. Doing the next session, but I'll try and arrange to have something going on, like maybe just playing Sword Coast or something. In terms of other stuff coming up, Saturday There's Taking Waterdeep, which is a game I run, 5th edition D&D, with a fair amount of politics thrown in. And then this Sunday, I'll be playing Dark Revelations, which is a D20 hack with the creators of the game. It's pretty cool. It's sort of post apocalyptic, in that there's this apocalypse that happened from essentially people, everything that people imagined kind of bursting forth and becoming real. And now it's like 30 or so years after that, and things have settled in, and the world has changed greatly, and there's excuse me. All sorts of interesting stuff in the world. Like there's the list of races you can play is there's like there's like 20 of them. And all sorts of options. It's definitely worth checking out. Okay, well, I'm having a coughing fit, so I'm going to call it there. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys 2 weeks from now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.